Well, hello, retro game players. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Marcus. Welcome to the 50-second pickup video on the channel. Today's package is gonna kick major ass, so I'm just gonna say that right off the bat. As you can hear, we are playing the Doom soundtrack from the new game. This is by Mick Gordon. I got this thing. This was a massive... Honestly, I was a little bit intimidated to pick this up just because it's 4 LPs. But I will tell you, this soundtrack is so awesome. If you haven't played the new Doom game, I mean, it's just not your style, I get it. But, and I actually wanted to not really like the game when I heard about it. And then once I started playing it, I realized it was actually really fun. And so anyway, Mick Gordon is a really good composer, and he did like a very good job of sort of capturing like this like metal, like doom metal sort of, I don't even know, like some of it reminds me of 9 Inch Nails inspired or industrial. But yeah, this thing is crazy. So it's got 4 records inside, but also in addition to the 4 LPs that are in here, you get a vinyl mat, which is pretty sweet. So you can put that down on your turntable. And each record, you know, comes in its own sleeve. One song in particular, I believe it's Rust, Dust, and Guts, is absolutely insane. So like these are all really cool. Like every song in here is just awesome. But like, look at this. It's like a super blood red LP. Very, very cool. So I was really stoked to pick this up. But yeah, anyway, Bethesda, that's where I got it from, actually their online store. So we're going to listen to that while we unbox the rest of the items. One of them is another Bethesda game coming up. But before we do that, I've got a special package. Just came in from Castlemania Games. And so Ryan at Castlemania Games hooked me up with 2 very cool items. These are... one of them is Holy Diver, which is why I thought this soundtrack might go good with this. So Holy Diver, the collector edition. This is for NES. If you haven't played this game, it's absolutely brutal. These are available on his website, castlemaniagames.com. And then this one is R-Type and R-Type 3, and it's sort of a combo on a Super Nintendo cartridge. But there's lots of cool stuff in here, so I'm going to go ahead and open these up, and we'll just kind of go through each one really quickly. Alright, so in the Holy Diver one, it's actually a really nice high-quality box. If you're interested in getting one of these, I actually will have a discount code that I'll put in the description. So if you're interested, go check it out. This is the numbered edition, so this is 259 of 2900. Now this is the black cartridge edition. He did have some white ones, I believe, that were like a little more rare. And then for the R-Type, I think there was a blue cart variation. But to be honest, I don't really like care about cart color that much, so this is, you know, perfect for me. So here's the game itself. It's also shrink wrapped, but it's in a very old school NES cart. Now if you, or a box, if you didn't play this back in the day, it's because it wasn't actually available in the United States. I have a repro of this that I got way back. I believe I got it from the Bishop Brothers, so thank you, Eric. But it is a very, very hard game, and it's just very, very like old school NES hard, which is awesome. I'll open that in a second. So we also have more stuff. There's a ton of crap in here. Power-ups. So these are like postcards. Oh yeah, Retrobit is the one who made this, by the way. So that's pretty sweet. Just a couple different art cards and then some stickers from the game. Those are really cool. This is some crazy book. It's like a journal. Holy Diver journal. That's kind of a funny thing because, I mean, I can't imagine actually using that, but it looks pretty classy. This is some kind of a crazy pin, like a really high quality pin. So if you have a old school, you know, biker leather jacket, you could put that on there and it would fit right in. And then right here is another pin that is more of an 8-bit style sort of pixel art pin. And it says Randy, which is pretty interesting. because, well, actually, Randy. No, that's not. I was thinking Rodney James Dio, because I'm pretty sure this game is loosely based off of Rodney James Dio, not Randy. But that's okay. So we're going to open this one up right here. There it is. Pretty nice. I'm going to show some gameplay footage just so you can check out what the game's like. But yeah, if you guys don't know, oh, there is a NES protector in here. It just came out, so that's cool. Super black, and then there is a manual. So quite a lot of stuff. But yeah, from what I remember, I don't know if it's actually based off of Rodney James Dio's song Holy Diver, or I think that was the album. But you know, it's a pretty awesome song, and from what I remember, it was like loosely based off of him, but I could be wrong. Anyway, we're gonna get right into the R-Type. So this box is a little different right off the bat. It's got like stars all over it, which is kind of cool. And again, really high quality. My numbered certificate fell on the floor. This is number 408. Again, this is just the black cartridge. There was a blue one, which is pretty awesome. So here's the box itself. We'll go ahead and open that up now. All right, so here it is, both games in one cart, which is really cool. So definitely going to be fun to play some R-Type on the Super Nintendo. And all in all, yeah, pretty nice box. Let's see what else is in this collector edition. It's another envelope with some art cards. I'll get shots of all this stuff for you guys. And then some stickers. So that's all really nice. Got another journal. This is actually pretty cool. It reminds me of like the 80s Trapper Keepers that you would get. So that's kind of neat. And then in this one, we have one pin. Oh, actually, no, it's two different pins. So there they are. One is the bigger ship and one's the smaller ship. Looks like one is where it's shooting a power up and the other one is just normal. Those are sweet. Very cool pixel art. So I have to say, pretty impressive. I know that Retrobit hasn't had other releases, and what I like about them is that they're never really priced too high comparatively to like some of the other, you know, repros that you see out there. But this is like definitely bang for your buck. So pretty cool. I will go ahead and put the discount code in the description if you guys are interested. Thank you so much, Ryan and Castlemania Games. That is awesome, man. I really appreciate you sending this over my way. And yeah, I'm going to definitely give these a play. So, you know, we've been watching some of the footage, but man, classic stuff. And truthfully, like Holy Diver, I can't wait to play that some more, because I've always liked just that game. It's just very hard and it's really pretty wicked. So, all right, so moving on, I've got one more item. Actually, no, I have one small item here I wanted to share with you guys. We just had Halloween. I don't know if you saw the Halloween Retro Gaming Sunset. If not, check it out. But I was at a Goodwill and found Count Chocula. This is the 1997 little plush toy. I guess it might be like a mail away or something. I'm not really sure. I was really surprised, but it was only $2. And anyway, I'm a big fan of the old school cereals, so I picked this up immediately.
What a beautiful day for Frankenberry, the world's super sweet new cereal.
Fui! Here's the world's super sweet new cereal, Count Chocula.
Birko, I've got berry-flavored sweeties for monstrous strawberry flavor.
Well, I've got chocolate sweeties for monstrous chocolate flavor.
Frankenberry,
Count Chocula.
meow.
Frankenberry, Count Chocula.
So I just threw that in the pickup video. All right, I've got one more item, which is actually pretty big. All right, so a quick word about this game series before I go too far into it. I have not played this game yet. I just got this. But I have been playing through the newer Bethesda Wolfenstein games. So I think it's A New Order and then A New Blood. And I beat both of those games on the PS4. I honestly was really impressed. The soundtrack is by the same guy who did the Doom soundtrack, and what's interesting is sometimes it'll sound like that, except it's like, instead of it being like a bass guitar, it'll be like a cello or something playing like the rhythm, you know, section. It's actually a really good soundtrack. But the gameplay and the graphics are really frantic. The only thing that kind of bothers me about these new games is how often the alarm sounds. But other than that, I love playing the games. And so I had heard about this limited edition that came out, and I basically can't remember where I found it, but I found it online, and it was like $25 at GameStop. And it's this huge, giant box of Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus. So what's weird is it's not in the best shape. It's got some tears on it, which kind of sucks. And, you know, like this was ripped up here. But what was crazy is I got stuck in Portland one day, and I needed to go pick this up, and it was at a GameStop in Vancouver, Washington, which isn't that far, but it was during like rush hour that I had to try and get up there. And thankfully a friend of mine, she was able to go and pick this up for me because she lives in Vancouver, and I can't tell you how thankful I was for that, because again, it was only 25 bucks. I'm not sure what this thing originally sold for, but check this out. So it's like an action figure from like kind of like the, I don't know if it would be like the 50s or 60s, but Terror Billy. Comes with a bunch of crazy accessories in here too, but I just love this art style. It's like really cool. I'll go and open it up, and like I said, I'll make sure to show you guys some pictures here. So the game itself is a steelbook, the new Colossus, which is pretty wicked. I haven't played this yet. I can't wait to play it. I'm currently playing another first-person shooter that I was kind of started after I beat these, which maybe you guys have heard of, Titanfall 2. If you haven't heard of that game, man, I am so impressed with it. I really do like first-person shooters, and that comes from my PC gaming background. I used to play so many of them back in the day, so that's why I like the genre so much. Maybe more than other like console gamers, I don't know. But here we go. Here he is. It reminds me of like a Rambo figure or something. But yeah, he's got like a leather jacket and then all these like gnarly looking guns, which seriously, like back, I don't know if you guys ever remember the Rambo action figures from like the late 80s, but that's kind of what it reminds me of, because those figures were huge. They had crazy guns. He's got a crazy leather bomber jacket here. Anyway, for 25 bucks, I was like, whoa, that's awesome. I couldn't believe it. Oh, and this is the other thing, is that there was only one in the entire Portland metro area, and there's quite a few GameStops. There's only one. And when I called in, it was actually reserved for somebody, but then they never came and picked it up. So I was able to get it, but I had to get it that day, right in the middle of rush hour. It was insane. So thankfully, my buddy hooked me up. So there you go. That concludes this pickup video. Pickup 52. I don't know if you guys know what that card game was. It was really good. I'll show you sometime. But until next time, you know what to do. You keep that shit retro by playing Wolfenstein on the PS4 later on.